back. Yeah, back, back, yeah, back. It feels good to be back. Back, yeah, back, yeah, back.
Yo, what's up, what's good, man? I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are well. It's Chuck the Gangster here. You already know what it is, man. I'm here at the SABC ASE studios. This is V1C, as you can see behind me. We're on the SSL. You check what I mean. Just finishing up some mixes, some Kantu mixes. You know, some of you already know. We have Kantu coming up in the next few days. I'm gonna be giving you guys the release dates here. I know a lot of people have been asking me, when is the release coming? The release is coming. It's on its way. We got something very, very special for you today. I'm just finalizing some of the mixes. It's a lot that we've been going through, and a lot of people have been asking you, why are you naming this Kantu? What does Kantu mean? You check what I mean. Kantu, is basically means, of people, of the original people. It came from Du and Anu. When I was young, my grandmother used to tell me stories of the original. You can kind of translate it to what the Bible will say, Adam and Eve. In my grandmother's story of Adam and Eve, it was actually Du and Anu. That's why you find in African languages a lot when you refer to a person, Mutu, Batu, Mtu in Swahili, I'm saying Umtu, Batu, Banu for Anu, So that's where Kantu came from, just, commemorating some of the, indigenous places that we come from, and just making sure that, the next generation kind of like understand, what's going on. You check what I mean. So that's where Kantu comes from. That's what Kantu means. So for me, basically, Kantu means like the origin, the beginning, the origins, where it comes from. I've done Mapungube, I've done Rosie Complex, I've done Wembe. Now we go into actually the origin, the beginning, which is Kantu, which is Du, of people. That's basically where the name comes from.
They don't wanna see ID. You say in the key, ice in the West key, kombucha pushing.
This is a six-track EP, very, very nice and well put together. It's been a long time since I released music, like officially released music. I've been doing freestyles here and there, but Kantu kind of like represents my coming back into the music industry, my drive coming back. That's why the origin. So this is a 6-track, starting with an intro. An intro is called I'm Back, just again representing me coming back into the industry. It has a voice note from a friend of mine, Clady. We're making sure that Clady is getting paid from somewhere from that voice note. You check what I mean. So I'm Back is just a track that I did, just commemorating and just marking my presence, that I'm back in the industry. I'm back doing what I do best, which is making this dope music. And then track number 2, we have Energy. That's a track that a lot of people are responding to. For those who have already had the track, I performed it live, and the reaction from people was crazy. I posted a snippet when I was in here and actually mixing the song, and people went crazy. Energy, just like the name of the track is just wanting energy, give me that energy, give me peace. We're looking for peace, and a lot of people listen to this and be like, yeah, you want a perfect life. Now, just want a balance. You want more happier days than sad days. The 80-20 rule. I'd rather have 20% of sad days and 80% of good days. And that's basically what Energy is all about. That traditional, new age traditional music inspired by most of urban genres. The drums are very, very important. Drums are actually driving everything. The basses, you check what I mean, and the vocal being treated like an instrument. On top of that, that's Energy right there. And after Energy, we go to Kuku. Kuku is a track that I wrote for my grandmother. You have heard me talk about my grandmother. She's the one who actually taught me everything. All of this African knowledge and African science that I know comes from my grandmother. So I dedicated a song to her called Kuku. Not only just to her, but commemorating all the grandmothers who are still passing all of this traditional knowledge. Not only just for us to live through it, but for us to be able to trace our history, for us to be able to tell our grandkids, what it was. So the song is all about just culmination of what my grandmother was, and actually teaching some of the things. There's a lot of like lingo that I speak about in the Chivenda, ndikwamba ngazozononga vumbovora, ndikwamba ngazozononga womila, ndikwamba ngazozvinezva ngazviliwa zvavavenda. You check what I mean? Just to keep that in there, for my great grandkids to actually listen to this and understand where we came from and what are some of the things that we used to do. That's Kuku right there.
Radio ni masamaswa itibu na michero redo vyaranga resatswa.
Then we get to track number 4. That's a Shudu. Shudu is a track I wrote because of being inspired by Shudu Fadzumusidha. If you know Shudu Fadzumusidha was Miss South Africa. She's a girl from Limpopo, or a lady from Limpopo, Venda in a village. And, as Venda people or people from Limpopo are really proud of her. Not because she became Miss South Africa, but because she became a representative for young girls, from where I'm from and the villages, just to show them that you can be able to be a beauty queen. You can be able to present yourself however you look. And I like the way, she presented herself and represented where she's from. To hear my nieces and young girls talking about her and saying that when they grow up, they want to be like Shudu Fadzumusidha. I had to make a track dedicated to her. The track is called Shudu, produced by N. Megbunda. As you know, me and Megbunda, if we get into the studio, fire comes out. You already know what it is, man. So Shudu, actually even Kuku was produced by Megbunda too. And Shudu is produced by Megbunda. So Shudu is just a song that's just appreciating Shudu Fadzumusidha and all of the females, not only just Venda females, not only just Pedi females, not only just Tsonga females, but all females in the world for being, beautiful, for staying the way they are. Always, I was raised by women, so I gotta always pay homage to those women who actually, made sure that, this man became a man. And then after Shudu, we have a song called Popo. Popo is a song about celebrating Limpopo again. As you know, I'm very, very patriotic about where I'm from, and that's 01537, the Limpopo Venda. So Popo is just a song about celebrating all the achievements that we have. Most of us, we leave our villages, leave where we come from to come to Joburg to actually work, and then once in a while we do get time to go back home and actually celebrate what we have achieved. So this is a celebration of Limpopo, celebration of people where I'm from, celebration of just achieving. You don't have to be from Limpopo. You can pour some shampopo there and just celebrate, because life is good. If you're watching this, you woke up and God has blessed you. So that's that's the moral of the story there when it comes to Popo. And the last song is kind of like a surprise. It's called Chillers. Chillers is a song that I did Chillers a long time ago. I was experimenting and I played it to a few people and people vibed with it. When you actually listen to the EP, you realize why I'm saying this is a surprise, because it's gonna hit people a different way. But Chillers again is a song just celebrating, chilling with my homies, getting that time with friends and family, celebrating again. I'm big in celebrating because I feel like, the more days we find ourselves happier, we're gonna live a happier life than if we find ourselves more sad days. There's not a lot to say about Chillers. Chillers is one of those songs that I just, out there. You check what I mean. So yeah, the EP is actually done. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. The EP is gonna be coming out, on the 7th of July. The 7th of July is gonna be a Friday. Kantu is gonna be coming out. But before we actually reach the 7th of July, what we're gonna be doing is just appealing to everybody out there. Some of you have been my fans. Without me having to say a lot, I just want to thank you for everybody who's watching this, everybody who has streamed my music. We actually had 1.4 million streams independently across all platforms. We're seeing that our music is being listened locally, internationally, everywhere where people are listening to my music. I really appreciate it. As much as this is a grind, as much as Chuck the Gangster is running this as an independent, and it's a little bit challenging to run as an independent. And those guys who are always hitting me up either on WhatsApp, either on Instagram, or either on Facebook, talking about they want to support. The best way to support, there's a lot of way to support. First of all, we're going to be selling Kantu. For 50 Rand, you can get yourself a package. There's going to be surprise in that package. You can get yourself, you can already kind of like buy it from now. You can actually pre-buy it, get yourself a Kantu. There's a surprise that you're going to get there. We can send you a link and you can buy that, and we'll actually send you the EP. For those who are going to be streaming, it's going to be available on streaming. You can actually buy it from the streaming services. If you're on Audio Mac, you can actually go and support there. Support starts from actually even 12 Rand. You can actually just donate 12 Rand, any amount that you want, just supporting Kantu. Again, we would like for us to be able to bring this to a live version, to be able to perform on one of the studios down there. So some of this cash that we're actually compiling as an independent is to bring you guys a show where you can actually come and actually showcase this music live. So Kantu is going to be released on the 7th of July. Kantu will be available on all streaming services, but very, very important, if you are proud to pay, please go and actually buy Kantu right now for $50. Like I said, you stand a chance to actually win the ticket for when we do actually a live show downstairs. For those who can support, or for those who will be waiting for the streaming, it will be available on the 7th of July. 7th of July, Kantu will be dropping. Please make sure that you go and support. Please make sure that you go and stream. Please make sure that you go and share all of the content. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys for listening to my music. All of the sleepless nights, all of the days in here in the studios. There's times in my life I thought about even giving up on this music thing, but when I see people without even me releasing music and my numbers are going up, in terms of the streaming and having to reach 1.4 million streams by myself independently, doing closely to everything myself, it's actually, appreciative of you guys who are actually listening to my music out there. So I really appreciate you. Like I said, Kantu is coming out. Kantu is a celebration. Kantu is going to be marking a lot of things. I see a lot of love that we're seeing out there. Please make sure that you support. Please make sure that you go and actually buy Kantu. There's going to be merch available for Kantu. Like I said, we're going to have a live show that we're going to be doing for Kantu. And this is the road to Kantu with me, Chuck the Gangster. The last day probably of me in the studio. And after this, I have to go and actually submit this EP to make sure that it's going to be put off the streaming services. There's going to be more updates that we're going to be giving you in the next upcoming 2 weeks. But again, just stay tuned, as Kantu will be coming to you very, very soon. From me, Chuck the Gangster and Shitangani, we appreciate you guys. Keep on supporting us. Keep on doing everything that you guys do to keep on, putting us on the pedestal and putting us in the, in the position for us to do what we love. And thank you very much. Nkoli Wanga man, Dandandi, Ntwane Akasi, 0537, ABG, still the squad. Kantu!